Hello, everybody, and welcome to the final round coverage. Front 9 of the 2022 Silver Cup presented by Discraft and Rollin Ridge. Brian Earhart here, joined yet again by Nate Perkins, and we are in beautiful Manitowoc, Wisconsin at the Silver Creek Disc Golf Course, and we have a beautiful day in store for you.
Happy to be here with you, Brian. Silver Cup is one of the premier events in Wisconsin. It is right on the shores of Lake Michigan, one of the nicest places to play disc in the middle of the summer. And for this final round, there are two 18-hole courses out here at Silver Creek Park, and we are playing a Super Silver 18 layout that includes many combined holes. Very technical track. This is hole 1, a par 3, 250. Very tricky line. And we are watching our leader after 2 rounds, Matt Bell. And you know this guy, Brian. Scotty. Too Hotty.
Scotty Too Hotty Burtard. You're going to see this man play faster than anyone you've ever played disc golf with. I do not envy the cameraman in this situation. Andrew Fish throwing a tight turnover in the woods. Park job for the first hole. And here is Adrian Chevalier from Urbana, Illinois. 1,000 rated player hitting a little bit early on that forehand line. This is a really tricky technical course.
And you guys might recognize it. This was a Disc Golf Pro Tour event in 2016 and a DGPT Silver Series in 2021. So pretty familiar course for all the disc golf fans out there. Don't see too many people play in jeans either, Brian.
Scott is not an elitist by any means. He wears what he wears, he throws what he throws, and he does not put too much thought into the game. He just shows up and plays, and it's actually pretty intimidating sometimes to play against him because he's really good, and he's been good for a very long time. So has this man, Mr. Fish with the birdie.
And these Mach X baskets are actually powder coated silver due to the Silver Creek Park. It's just the most subtle touch. And here, hole 2, straight shot, and you are just 50 yards away from the shores of Lake Michigan. The mist is just cooling everyone off on this beautiful 70-degree day. Again, another technical shot.
Fish going Comet yet again, flipping over a little bit too much. Late circle 1, early circle 2. You don't have a lot of room to throw flat. The gap is staggered, so it forces you to throw the hyzer flip. Luckily, that's all Matt Bell really likes to throw.
Shot. Great shot. There you go. Thank you.
Little deep.
Come on, keep drifting.
Oh, get in.
Oh, good job.
Beautiful line. You're right, Scott does play fast, Brian.
I was once on a card with him and Chris Heron of Wisconsin, another fantastic player. And together, they maybe took 5 seconds on the tee pad to throw. It was a very bizarre round of disc golf.
Another forehand from Adrian.
I see the smoothness, very clean release coming out of Adrian. Have not seen much of him.
Yeah.
Wow. 55-footer, all hyzer. Good start for Andrew and a great looking circle's edge putt from Adrian. Very relaxed in the upper body. And Bell hunting down the birdies like the hunter he is. Matt is fresh off a $25,000 ace at this point in the summer. And he actually had an incredible ace during the first round of the Silver Cup over at Rollin Ridge.
You're standing on your wrist when you putt it. You have to stand behind it. You can't stand on it.
A football.
Didn't see it?
I mean, I didn't have a great view of it.
Okay. Well, just to let you know, or else you're going to get called on it. I mean, you got to stay behind your mark.
Wow. Just like that. And that's sometimes a rattling effect going into the next few holes, regardless of if that call got seconded. Moving into this hole, hole number 3, very tight gap. This has been called a par 4 in the past, but it's definitely reachable in one shot. Very tight gap. You have to get onto the plateau, miss some guardian trees.
Pick a side.
Actually, where a lot of people lay up that first shot.
Yeah, Matt, great throw.
And what a difference it makes to get on top of the hill. You can see the basket. You just have a few trees to contend with. That being down on front of that hill is just so tricky to get the nose angle right and still hit the gap.
Especially because you can't see the basket if you're far enough down. That's a tough spot to be. First time seeing the backhand from Adrian. I'm impressed with the forehand and the putt so far. Not bad. A little bit low.
And check up. Nice shot. Little Firebird skipper into the green there. And we've got I believe that was Tomahawk. Trying to slide that one up there.
Well, another circle 2 look for Fish. Long look here for Adrian, and he's just going to lay that up. There is a drop off behind the basket. Can't see him laying this up. What was that, a layup?
I think it might have been. This green is really scary. Like you said, there's a drop off. Oh, Andrew Fish. What a start. I love playing with Fish. I love the way he talks to himself before he putts. Have you ever seen him just shake off his own putt?
Yes.
Don't do it, Andrew. You're going to miss. It's okay to talk to yourself, guys. If you feel like you're going to miss, take it off and reset. He's kind of been leading the way for the ultimate Frisbee to disc golf transition for a few years now.
Yes, most definitely. He has such a smooth hyzer flip game, and it benefits you on holes like this. This is a really interesting shape. You have to sneak up the hill. There's not really an easy gap. You have to pick your poison, bend the corner. It's a U-shaped hole. There's a Mando that forces you to go up the hill and back down. You're really just trying to park the old placement, which is at the apex. And that's pretty much perfect, as you see. The old placement's right there.
And like Brian said, there's not really ideal gap. There's like 3 or 4 that you can hope to slide through, and that's the tree you really want to miss. Anything short of that Mando forces you to throw your second to the top of the hill, taking birdie out of position.
And I think he made the Mando there, and Fish going aggressive shot. I think he's going to have an opportunity. Oh boy.
And this is just totally blind right here. The shot that Adrian is attempting.
Okay.
Very well thrown.
It's going to be a long look, but still there. Circle 2. Matt finally from a good position. Just chips one down there. Give us a third.
That's that.
I like the spin putt there from Adrian. He's from Urbana, Illinois, which is where U of I is, University of Illinois, and Dodds Park. Nice putt there for
Nice call,
Scotty.
Brian.
Well, you got to learn how to putt in the wind out there.
Okay.
It's a very wide open park style course, and if you're not good in the wind, it's very, very tough to score out there. So yeah, I'm very impressed so far with Adrian's putt. And there is the easy birdie for Matt Bell. He continues to separate himself. But Scott is putting up a fight.
All right, hole 5. One of the bonus birdies out here, you've got 2 potential gaps. Most people are trying to hyzer flip through this right gap and just hyzer in front of this back wall of trees. Ideal shot hits this berm on the left and kind of Annie skips toward this basket. It is really tough to get inside the circle here on the 5th.
Yeah, you see a lot of step putts. You don't have to finish the last fourth of your flight right. If you just hit the gap and go straight, you'll have a circle 2 look from like 35. Oh, look at that.
The ideal flight, it just needed to start hyzering a little quicker. He found that back wall of trees, and this looks a little better actually. Oh, and it does. It gets through the very last gap in the birches, and he's inside the circle.
Okay, we're going that way worse.
Why is Fish not on the mic with us right now? That is hilarious.
Love that.
He has a very dry sense of humor. And look at this little flip up from Adrian.
There you go. Shot.
Yeah.
And there's that little Annie skip toward the basket. What a shot from the youngster from Urbana? Urbana.
Champaign, Urbana.
How far is that from the Windy City?
It's about 3 hours south
Okay, out in
of the city of
cornfields.
Chicago. Oh, yeah. Anything south of I-80 in Illinois is all cornfield for the most part.
Was that a blowfly? That was the softest sounding chains. Okay, that was Scotty, so.
Scott has discs in his bag that have been in his bag forever. He has a really old bag of discs, and if I'm not mistaken, he's putting with old tie-dye champion rhinos. At least the last time I played with him, that's what he was putting with. You don't see too many top-level players, 1,000-rated players, putting with champion plastic.
And that's really as close as you're going to get here.
Especially with a backhand.
Yeah. It did start to rain here in this final round. Adds an extra element. The tee pad started to get pretty slick, and we are moving into one of the more iconic holes in the Midwest. Just take a look at the green here on the 6th. You have to fly straight for about 300 feet. If you want to park the hole, you want to go inside those trees. If you're just playing for that 3, you're keeping it wide and hyzering in front of this back wall of trees, and then just look at how beautiful the lighthouse hole is, Brian. You played this hole before. What are your thoughts on this one?
Many times. It is a really cool par 4. And fun note, there is a tree that has grown around that little pole fencing, and it looks like it's eating the pole. It's so bizarre. There's just so much magic on this hole. This course in general. But this is like the iconic Midwestern hole. But it's so challenging because it's so exposed. And the putts are so windy on that elevated basket.
Yep, it's just elevated enough and, like you said, just exposed enough that it can be a back and forth type of putting green. And the beach is actually inbounds here. You can actually attempt a putt on the lighthouse hole from the sand.
It's not terrible. I mean, he didn't get down to the flat, but he still only has 150 to 200 feet to the basket. This is a par 4. Adrian has this inside gap now to work with.
It's a skip. That's going to leave him a little bit longer of a putt than he was hoping for after that drive. And this year's Silver Cup, they did install a memorial bench for the tournament director, James Van Lannen, one of the most selfless individuals I've met in the world of disc golf. He's been the tournament director for the Silver Cup for the past 25 years, and he also is the reason that the Silver Creek Park is here in Wisconsin, and just one of the pillars of the disc golf community here in the state of Wisconsin.
Another tough putt for Adrian.
You hate to see that.
It's just it's a tough basket to putt on. It's so high up there that even if you're close to touching the basket, it's not guaranteed, especially when the wind picks up.
See if Fish can talk himself into this one.
Oh, yeah. Solid is right. Nice birdie for Fish. Moves to 19 under par. Gains 1 stroke on Matt. But I think he's about to take it back. If you're in the Midwest and you want to take a disc golf vacation, come up to Wisconsin. There's so much disc golf up here. And spending the day at Silver Creek playing around, going on the beach on this hole, taking a break, throwing a frisbee, hanging out, having lunch, and then finishing your round, I couldn't think of a better day in the Midwest.
Even those putts. Don't love taking that putt on the lighthouse.
I have played this hole in 25-mile-an-hour winds, and getting a par feels fantastic. And here we go, the next hole. Moving forward, straight shot. Can't throw low, can't throw high. There's a little window up in the sky you have to hit. But you also have to hyzer flip and push forward. Basket's about 330 feet away, so it plays every bit of that. Oh, no.
Bad spot over there.
That's awful.
Like you said, you can't throw high or low here. Bit of a ceiling. Matt found it there.
Yeah, that's what's interesting. You can hit that initial gap, but there's thick bushes in the middle of the fairway too. You can't fall too quickly either.
And hole 7 is brought to you by one of the Silver Cup's premier sponsors, Upper Park Disc Golf. They just released the Rebel bag in a new recycled material. Shout out to them for supporting one of Wisconsin's premier events.
this is looking like a tough par save for Scotty. Chip forehand for Matt Bell. Not bad. Almost dunks it from the woods. That's going to be a bogey for Scotty.
Good comeback there. Maintains a 3-stroke lead over Scott, who is about to give one of those up. And the lead is 4 over Scott, 5 over Fish. And the difficulty of the course is about to pick up here as we head to the par 4, number 8. Slightly uphill here, can't really tell flying this drone. We want to hit this gap right here, flying straight. You do have a ceiling to contend with. Ideal tee shot is about 450 feet off the tee because the entrance to this green is really technical. The closer you are, the wider that gap becomes. You will see some rollers on this hole.
Yeah, you do see them, but you just want to be right down the middle. You want to stripe this tee shot. If you're a little bit too far left or too far right, it's a frustrating second.
Come on. Oh, you just won't break.
No, and he said it for us. It was so close to the ideal angle. Just wouldn't break back to the right for him.
That's got to get over now. Yeah, that's an automatic par.
Adrian definitely had a lot of pace on that one compared to Matt's and Fish's.
That's a sneaky little shot for Scotty. Too Hotty Burtard. He's going to be in the fairway. Fish can still get this. Yeah. That is fantastic from back there.
Yes, stable up now.
Look at this sidearm from Adrian.
Wow. Incredible.
I have been where he's at. That is not easy to do. Matt potentially about to drop a stroke. Scott with an opportunity.
And both of those forehands through this gap. I mean, even where Scotty is, that gap is only like 8 feet across.
Okay. Par.
Oh, it's so frustrating, man.
That is a nasty birdie for Adrian. That is really solid from back there. Okay, this is another par 4, and you can go consistent hyzer on that skinny right gap, or you can blast one through the middle and try to clear this OB road and go for an eagle. This is one that sometimes gets eagled. The problem is that bunker of trees on the right side can totally rob you of an extra stroke if you go for it. It's extremely thick back there, so you have a decision to make.
Yeah, plenty of pace to cross the road. Just finds a tree on the right, and now he's going to be in a pretty bad spot, and that needs to go. Oh, and you can see the danger here in the ninth. Brian said you You can try and go for this one, but it takes a premier tee shot.
And Matt's done it. I think he has enough space to get up and down for an easy birdie. Fish just needs that to move a bit more.
Oh, look at the late drift on that. I love this.
Oh, that is so spinny.
50-footer?
That was riding right forever.
Yeah, that was a beautiful shot. Is he trying to cross?
Oh,
with his
come on.
forehand?
You're good.
Go.
Safe hammer.
That's all he's got to do is just lay up
Scorch
and
your
then
forehand.
scorch a forehand. No problem. Oh, give it to him. Eagle.
And it looks like they are calling this one a par 3, but I'm with you, Brian. Totally an eagle.
That's a
in
sick
my
shot.
book. That takes a premium tee shot and a huge putt.
524. I mean, yes, I guess you're right. They're calling it a par 3 this year. Historically, it's been a par 4,
Yeah.
but let's look at the scoring spread on that one.
Absolutely.
That's great.
I think it was one of 3 twos for the tournament right there from Fish. So well done from him. And great putting here on the front 9. And guys, thank you for joining us here on the front 9. It is brought to you by Discraft. Thank you for believing in the Silver Cup, and hope you guys are enjoying this now off-season content.